speaker and move the lectern aside. Sorry. Our third speaker today is interning at the District Attorney's Office in Consumer Protection Unit and wants us to know that crime does not pay. This afternoon, she'll show us how comfortable she is with visual aids with a 5 to 7 minute speech. Here with her 8th project from the Competent Communicator Manual titled Seeing Green, Cathy Lee.
Let's all think green together. Not as in going green, like we want to do environmentally, but as in seeing green, as if you've never seen green before. In fact, how would you How would you describe green to somebody who's never seen it before? Okay. Without relating it to something that we know or labeled as green, like a tree or leaves or grass. Eight out of 100 people on the road today see traffic lights like this. Do you know what color the top light is supposed to be? They know that the top light is red because they're red-green colorblind, and they have to know. Let's find out if anybody in the room today is colorblind. Call out the number you see there.
10.
Good. How about that one?
8.
Oh. How about that one?
25.
Does anybody see anything there?
No.
No.
It's pretty. Colorblind people apparently see that.
6.
So colorblindness is really complex on a physical level, but all we need to know for right now is that the cones and the retinas of our eyes are what cause it. This is what the normal color wheel, what most people in the world, how most people in the world see colors. Then there are subsets of color blindness in the red-green department, mostly, and this is kind of what a protanope sees. It's kind of skewed. I don't know why it's, but anyway, this is what a deuteranope sees. This is the spectrum of what people who are colorblind, monochromatically, and so forth, normal color vision. All you really need to know is don't let colorblind people adjust your monitors, or you end up with them adding too much green or too much red, and that messes up the colors for the rest of us. Color blindness is mandated by genetics. And you can't really see that slide very well, but color blindness is a sex-linked, male-dominant trait, and it's carried by the female. And only 8 to 10, as I said, 8 out of 100 males are colorblind, but only 1 in several hundred females are colorblind because it is sex-linked. Told you this part before. This is my family. My father's colorblind. My mother is normal in the color department, and I received a bad gene and a good gene. And as Lady Luck would have it, I passed on the bad gene to my 2 children. So both of my sons are red-green, significantly red-green colorblind. And they wouldn't really know it, or it wouldn't really bother them. They've never seen those colors until they got to kindergarten. And in kindergarten, they started drawing oceans and painting them pink. And they started drawing trees and coloring the trunks green and the leaves brown. And they learned quickly to adjust. They learned to read the labels. They knew the names of the colors. They could spell burnt sienna before they could do almost anything else, except read the labels of certain packaged items. They get along really well in the world, but they're very happy to have women in their lives that can help them to select the things they wear. Life can be very confusing to a colorblind person. This is the way we see things like Bouchard gardens. This is the way my children see Bouchard gardens. Life can be tricky for colorblind people. This is the way the normal person sees the world. In maps. This is the way the Potnoe sees the world. The Deuteronope. Can you imagine watching the fancy swirls and fancy colors on the weather maps if you can't see red or green? Ships and planes use red and green and white lights to mark which sides are going through the water or through the air so that traffic collisions can be avoided. So it's really important to know that red is always on the right or starboard, and green, the green light is always on the port or left side, left wing of the plane. Think about your LED monitors, those pesky red and yellow and green lights that you can't identify which is which. Colorblind people don't know when they're getting sunburned, and they can get nasty sunburn. Colorblind people, colorblind people have trouble identifying whether meat is cooked or raw. They can't tell the difference between ripe tomatoes, or I'm sorry, we'll just walk that one. Ripe tomatoes or green tomatoes, or they don't like to eat spinach because it looks too much like a cow patty. Colorblind people have trouble telling whether women are wearing lipstick or not. And they have trouble telling a green-eyed blonde from a blue-eyed redhead. You don't know how hard it was to find pictures. You have to get them where you can get them. So the bottom line is, test your children for colorblindness so that you can help prepare them for living in a world where we see lots of colors and they don't. And then remember that no matter what colors they see, they haven't really missed it since they haven't really seen it, and the world is still a good place to them.